Hello everyone and welcome to my tech channel. Well, I've been thinking lately and I thought why not? Since I've been working with tech like forever, why not start a channel and start a show on this channel? So I hope I'll be useful for you and I hope you like these videos. So today we're gonna be talking about Linux systems. Why Linux systems? You know, every time you hear the word Linux, most of you think about terminals and complex stuff and hard computer use. Well, that's not the case. Linux is not that difficult. And it's not just for hackers or programmers or whatever. No. It's just an operating system. Yeah, it is true Linux lately was mostly for servers. And yeah, it is mostly for server. It runs like I don't know, almost like every server besides other OSs. Okay, I don't want to talk about this, but yeah, so Linux is awesome. It's a user operating system. It's open source. It's awesome. So today I'm gonna talk to you about 10 reasons why you should consider Linux. Me myself, I'm a Windows user and a Linux user at the same time. Due to my job, I have to use both operating systems, so usually I have like two devices running, each one running a different operating system because I need them at the same time and I can't afford dual boot. I hate dual boot. Yeah, but we're gonna be talking about that later since I love talking so much. Number one, high security. Installing and using Linux on your system is the easiest way to avoid viruses and malware. The security aspect was kept in mind when developing Linux, and it is much less vulnerable to viruses compared to Windows. Because you know, Windows is full of executable files. You know, you download an executable file and you just press on it and stuff. Number two, high stability. The Linux system is very stable and it's not prone to crashes. The Linux OS runs exactly as fast as it did when it's first installed. So you know this when you experience this slow behavior of an OS like Windows. You know, you install Windows in a couple of months, you start feeling things are not good. There's like it, of course, if you're not using an high-end system, even with high-end systems, you're gonna face these issues. While with Linux, nope, this not gonna happen. Number three, ease of maintenance. So maintaining Linux OS is easy as the user can centrally update the OS all software installed very easily. So you know, in Linux, based on your distribution, of course, you can update everything just with one command. One line of command, and every software you have on your machine is gonna be updated just like that. You don't need to go to a store and update each one. No. You can do a disk upgrade. You'll also get your distribution updated, and voila, everything is ready to go. And number four, Linux runs on any hardware. And yeah, any hardware. It's true. You know, it doesn't matter how old your computer is, or your machine, or if you're having like a single board computer or whatever. You're gonna find a Linux distribution that will work just fine for you. Trust me. Because you know, with every Windows update, many devices start to fall apart, you know. The device you have will no longer do its work properly because the system is getting bigger and more heavier, and the hardware will just not hold as it did before with older versions. Number five is free. Yeah, it is free. You don't have to pay anything to put Linux, to try Linux on your device. All the basic software required by typical user and even an advanced user are available for free. You don't have to pay a nickel, which is awesome. Number 6, it's open source. What does open source mean? Well, most important aspect of Linux is that its source code is available, as it falls under the FOSS category, free and open source software. That means you can see the code of the operating system you're using. That means nothing is hidden. You can literally like see if something's wrong, and yeah, most of the times there's nothing wrong with the system. Number 7, ease of use. Believe it or not, Linux is really easy to use, especially after they introduced the desktop environments. You know, what's a desktop environment? It's the graphical user interface that you can choose for your operating system. You know, most of the distributions you find online comes with its own desktop environment, like a stock uh, desktop environment, but also you're able to delete that desktop environment and install a new one. Number 8, customization. So I was just talking about removing a graphical user interface and installing another one. Linux system is highly customizable. You have no idea. You can literally change anything you want in the system as long as you know what you're doing. Don't go like messing around. There is tutorials, and I'm gonna be making tutorials about this stuff. So Linux system is very flexible when it comes to customization. You can edit and customize anything you want, not just of how it looks or how it feels, also how it functions. Number 9, education. This is the most useful aspect for students, as they can use the software to study how it works before modifying and extending the code to suit their needs. Number 10 is support. So let's say you decided to try Linux and you followed one of my tutorials and you installed it on a USB and you got to a problem. Oh, what am I gonna do? Just Google the first couple of words of your problem. There is a huge community which is always there for you to help you. You have no idea. Linux community is one of the biggest communities ever, and there is always someone who is gonna reply to your problem and solve it for you. That's of course if your problem didn't exist before, because most of the communities just like archive everything. You're always gonna find the threads you need to fix your problem, and it's not gonna ruin your day or anything. And I don't even think you're gonna run into too much problems if you are a typical user who just wanna use the system for desktop stuff, you know. So that was it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll be uploading videos every week, and thanks for watching.